Welcome to Comedy MX's Cartoon Classics channel. Binge out on the animated Superman, Popeye, Bugs Bunny and Friends, Technicolor classic tunes, animators UB Iwerks and Max Fleischer, Mickey Mouse, Betty Boop, and all your cartoon favorites. Animate your everyday at Cartoon Classics channel. So return with us now to those golden days of yesteryear.
Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Cosmic Combat.
Starduster to Earth Control. Preparing entry program. Speed to 5,000.
Roger, Starduster. Clear on interplanetary lane.
Firing braking rockets.
All set, gang. Cooler on. Standing by, lad.
All set, Scott.
Here we go. We'll skip in to reduce friction. Path 3 of all equipment and personnel.
As you know, Scott, we have been conducting unmanned space probes through these 4 major galaxies with spectacular results.
We have now developed the resources and science for the next logical step.
Commander Scott, you are going to be the one to launch Supermariner into the new frontier, Vector 5.
I cannot stress too highly the importance of this task.
Vector 5. We're about 2 years ahead of ourselves, aren't we, Chief?
We've barely begun to explore the other galaxies.
And that will take several lifetimes.
Meanwhile, Project New Frontier will get underway.
What about the launching platform? How soon?
It will be completed by tomorrow. Care to see the progress?
Sure, Chief.
That's the human race for you. Why walk if you can run?
Taurus.
The assembly crew is just about finished.
I used to run one of those space bugs myself, remember, Skipper?
Yeah, Taurus. But it was always such a tight squeeze.
Now, Skipper. Here comes the fueling crew. We'll be using the new Plus X plasma fuel,
which responds to magnetic forces, permitting the highest acceleration of magnetic particles.
Right. Those little pods have enough power to blow up a whole planet if anything went wrong. That's why I want you to fire and observe from a distance by remote control. After the launch, Professor Mace will track and record for the Evening Star.
Won't we need some special high-frequency equipment?
Your remote control unit will be put aboard the Starduster tonight. You will blast off at 0600 hours.
Oh, dear.
The cry of the disappointed female. What is it, Crystal?
I was hoping to have my hair done. It's been days.
I guess some things never change. on free flight.
The trajectory is good. We'll rendezvous in 12 units.
I have the Super Mariner on the scope now. The workmen are now clearing the area. Better start checking the remote control unit, Chris.
Hey, Skipper, look! Something's gone wrong.
Its gyro system has gone haywire. It's pulling it off orbit.
Scott, I have no control at all.
Look at the magnetic indicator. It's gone haywire.
Jumping Jupiter, I don't believe it. It's turning completely around and pointing towards Earth.
Something or someone is taking control of the space platform.
Chris, push the destroy button.
Destroy. Right. Scott, nothing happened.
It's zeroing in on Earth.
The engines are being activated. It's going to fire.
Crystal, jam the high-frequency circuit. That should disrupt the signals that are controlling the Super Mariner.
Right, Scott.
That did it. The Super Mariner is righting itself.
It worked.
Phew, but that was a close one.
We've stopped whoever it is that's trying to control the Supermariner, but with that frequency jammed, we have no control either.
We may have to board it and blast it off manually.
We're coming up fast, Skipper.
Right, Taurus. Firing braking rockets. Moving alongside.
Look, Scott, there's your gremlin. The nerve center of the Supermariner has jumped its trolley.
I don't think so, Crystal. More likely, other forces are trying to control it on a new frequency.
Then we'd better get over there in a hurry.
I'll go along. You two stand by here.
Scott, look! Everything's gone haywire.
Our electro-gyro is out. We're being reduced to space environment.
We're losing gravity.
Quick, strap yourselves into those seats.
Oops.
The G indicator shows 0.
Taurus, push up forward and take the controls.
Be careful, Scott.
If I can switch the rockets to manual control, we'll still get her launched.
Better hurry, lad. I don't like the looks of things out there.
On my way.
Earth Control calling Evening Star. Come in, Professor Mace.
Evening Star to Earth Control. Yes, Chief.
We have lost all contact with the Starduster. Are you in contact with them?
No, there's a tremendous electrical disturbance in that area. Frankly, I'm worried.
Keep trying and get back to me as soon as you know something. Earth Control out. I'm almost there. Taurus, how's the pressure holding?
12% drop and fallen, Skipper.
You and Crystal better get into spacesuits. Don't take any chances. I'm at the base now. I'll attempt disconnect. There. That seemed to stabilize her.
Good work, Skipper.
Scott, it can still blow.
No problem. I've disconnected the firing circuit.
But the indicator is continuing the countdown. Something is activating it. The Mariner is going to fire.
Okay. Shoving off.
Hurry, Scott! Hurry! It's going to blow!
Scott! Scott! Where are you? Evening Star. Evening Star, this is Earth Control. Evening Star, come in, please.
Earth Control. This is Evening Star. Yes, Chief. This is Professor Mace speaking.
Mace, what's happening? What's going on out there? We've recorded a blast.
That was the Mariner. It's off and tracking. But I still can't raise the Starduster.
Scott, answer me, Scott.
Here, Crystal. Hold on until I hit my topside air jet. Finally got control.
How about in there?
Not so good. The blast opened up a seam and we're losing pressure fast.
Hang on, Chris. I'll be right there. Doesn't look good. Hope I'm not too late. Crystal, are you all right?
Oh, Scott!
Of course she's all right. She can get along without oxygen. But me, I'd like it.
Be my guest, Doris. Start breathing.
Scott! Taurus, look! The radiation counter.
We're drifting into the Van Allen radiation belt. Horace, you check the hull and repair damage.
Right, Skipper.
Crystal, blast the forward jets and check this drift.
Right, Scott.
Starduster, calling Starduster. This is Evening Star, calling Starduster.
It's Dad calling from the Evening Star.
Starduster. Starduster, this is Evening Star.
Communications working again.
Starduster, this is Evening Star, over.
I got it.
Starduster. Starduster, this is Professor Mace.
Dad!
Professor Mace, we read you.
Crystal, Scott, Taurus. Thank heavens you're still all right. I saw the blast, then lost contact. The Mariner shot was good. It's out and orbiting.
Good. Would you relay that information to the chief? We're out of range.
I have. He was more concerned about you three.
Tell him we're okay. We're going to try to find the power source that caused all the trouble.
Try the magnetic combo computer. Open all bands and see what happens.
Will do, Professor. And thanks. Starduster out.
Out here.
There, Skipper. Did you see it?
What do you make of it, Taurus?
Hard to say. That's obviously the source of the signals. Too strong to be anything else.
But there's nothing out there, Scott. Radar shows an empty vacuum. Not even a stray asteroid.
Yet we're picking up a magnetic impulse stronger than our own telebeam stars.
Skipper, I've got an idea. Why don't we send a scanner beam along the same contact here and see what we pick up?
Might work at that. How much energy in the auxiliary?
2,000 kills and buildings.
Come on. Let's give it a try.
What is it?
A space station of some sort. I don't recognize any of the markings on her. I'd better get up forward. Meteors, Taurus?
No, Skipper. Looks more like some kind of fighting craft.
Fighting craft. Man your battle stations.
Scott, who are they?
I don't know. If they were friendly, they wouldn't be sending out fighters.
Here it comes, Skipper.
Roger. Stand by for attack. Ready, Taurus?
Aye, Skipper. I got a bead on the blighters.
Hold it. They're breaking formation.
Skipper. Hey, those ships have no pilots. They're drones.
Controlled by the space stations. Here comes another one, 12 o'clock high.
See 'em, Skipper.
Scott! Another, 6 o'clock low.
Start firing, Taurus. They're out for our heights.
Right, Skipper. The devils are everywhere. That's showing them, eh, Skipper?
Good work, Taurus.
Here come the others.
That's what I call great teamwork, Skipper. What flying?
If you don't mind, fellas, how about going back for my stomach?
I'm afraid it's only the beginning, Crystal. Unless I'm mistaken, they won't take this lying down.
What can they do now? That space pad couldn't carry more than 6 fighters, could it?
We don't know how far they are from their home base. No telling what they're up to.
Hey, Scott! Taurus! Look, the televiewer! It's heading this way.
What do you think, Scott?
Plot that baby's speed and distance, will you, Crystal?
Right, Scott.
I'm going to call Professor Mace to relay the situation to the chief, just in case.
You won't like this, Skipper. That big monkey is converging on us with blood in his eyes. Professor Mace here. Go ahead, Scott.
Professor, relay this message to the chief. Encountered unfriendly space station in Sector 27. We knocked out 6 of their attacking drone fighters. The mothership is closing on us fast.
I'll alert the Space Force. We can have a squadron in your area within 2 hours.
That's not necessary, Professor. Within the next few minutes, we'll either disappear or be completely out of danger.
I'll relay the message, Scott. Good luck and be careful. Here it comes, Skipper.
Roger. Stand by for attack.
It's closing fast, Scott.
Shall we stand here and slug it out?
Not with that power pack. It'd be like a mosquito fighting an elephant. We need some diversionary action. If we were running away, we might gain an advantage and take them by surprise.
Good idea, Skipper. What's your plan?
I'll take off in the Dart, and you two remain here in the Starduster and be a decoy.
Or rather a sitting duck, eh, Skipper?
Oh, Taurus, this is no time for joking.
He's not joking, Chris. Give me time to get away astern, and then take off. Big Nasty will chase you.
And that'll give you a chance to sneak in from behind.
You got it. And Taurus, try to stay out of its range.
You'd better hurry. Big Nasty is closing in fast.
Right. Taurus, stand by for launching the space dart.
Now to light a candle to this baby. You dropped out of sight like a bottomless pit, Skipper.
Well, just hope he didn't see me.
Good luck, Taurus. You're the one needing the luck, Skipper. Go on to hunting, lad.
They are 10.5 astroleagues away.
Hey, okay, lassie. Count them up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Big Nasty took the bait, Taurus. It's coming after us.
Ah, splendid girl. I'm going to level down now to give the skipper his chance.
Uh-oh, Taurus. They've opened fire.
Come on, Scott, wherever you are.
I'm on his tail, Taurus. I'm firing.
My rockets aren't getting through the electromagnetic field that's around it.
I'm going to move in closer.
Be careful, Scott.
No soap. I'm going to attempt to land on Big Nasty.
But, Scott, that electric field, you'll be burned to a crisp.
I don't think so, Chris. My instruments record high voltage, but very low amperage. I hope you're right.
He made it, Taurus. He's getting out of the Dart.
Careful of the crew, Skipper. No telling what kind of beings are on that thing. No beings, Taurus. It's remote controlled by computers of some kind. Whoever is fighting us must be millions of light years away and chasing you through electronic eyes. Maybe we can destroy the vision of this mechanical monster. Those must be the eyes at the end of the pod. That did it.
They may not be able to see us, but they're sure laying down a barrage.
Not for long, Taurus. I think I found the electronic brain.
You've done it, Scott.
Well done, Skipper.
This is quite a ship, Taurus. We can learn a lot from it if we can tow it back for the Space Intelligence boys.
Scott, you better get off that thing. I think it's still active.
Lifting off now, Chris. Don't worry.
Stop!
I'm okay, Chris. Just got an extra boost.
Skipper, I thought you'd never make it.
When I blasted that robot's brain, it must have set off some kind of time bomb.
Where could it have come from?
The plating radiation indicated it was at least 300 years old.
Then it will probably be 300 years before they can send another one into our galaxy.
Ha! Only 300 years. Let's stick around and give them a hearty welcome, eh, Skipper?
This is Scott McCloud in the Starduster, returning to home base.
And so ends the adventure of the Cosmic Combat. Don't miss the next exciting story of Space Angel.
Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of the Donovan Plan.
Sure is a beautiful little ship. But why all the secrecy on this project?
This is the Space Angel's new ship.
Wow, no wonder. Hey, you suppose he'll come in and inspect it? I'd sure like to see him.
We probably wouldn't know if he did, since no one knows who the Space Angel is. He could even be one of our workmen.
Hey, who are the VIPs?
That's Scott McCloud and his flight engineer. They're Space Force. Just a big megatomic engine with 2 seats on it. Those engine tests are fantastic. 10 million pounds of thrust. I can't wait to try them out, Skipper.
Yes, Taurus. Dart 2 will have more thrust per pound of weight than any ship in the universe. And it won't be long now. Let's go over and see the chief about testing this baby.
Will that be all, sir?
Yes, Carter. Just see that we're not disturbed.
Yes, sir. I'll be in microfilm if you need me.
Now, let's get down to business. How does the Dart check out, Scott?
She's ready to go, Chief. The new engine looks great.
And we'd like permission to test her right away. That's what I want to talk to you about. This flight test would be a perfect cover-up for a top-secret project.
What do you mean, Chief?
I mean the light ray, or death ray, better known as Project Flashlight.
I didn't know Professor Mace was even close to the testing stage on Project Flashlight.
The conversion crystal gave us the breakthrough. The ray is ready for testing now.
I don't have to tell you the importance of secrecy on this project. Used as a weapon, the light ray could be the most destructive force in the galaxy.
Misused, such a device could jeopardize the whole space organization.
That's right. So we must proceed with utmost secrecy.
People talk too much around here. Information has been leaking out, so we will conduct the test from the Evening Star.
The light ray can be installed on the Dart there. You will conduct your flight tests in Sector 7 near the asteroid belt and test the ray on asteroids.
Yes, sir. We'll blast off within the hour.
Clear the area of all equipment and personnel. Starduster from launch control, you are clear for blast off.
Roger, Control. All set, Taurus?
All go here, Skipper.
Blasting off.
Carter. Where are you, Carter? Answer me, Carter.
Sorry, Chief. I was busy filing and didn't hear you. What can I do for you, sir?
As soon as you're finished, I've got some reports for you to file.
Yes, sir. I'll be up in a few minutes, sir. It's a message from Carter. This is the information I've been waiting for. So they've perfected the death ray, eh? That's right, sir. The Space Angel will be testing it in the new DART in Sector 7 tomorrow. That is good. That is very good indeed. With the death ray in the DART, I will have a weapon that can control the galaxy. But, sir, the Space Angel, he is not to be trifled with. The Space Angel is only mortal like the rest of us. I will capture the DART and the death ray. I have a plan.
What is the evil plan of Professor Donovan? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel. Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of the Donovan Plan. Last time, the powerful new ship, DART 2, was made ready for testing. The chief ordered Scott to also test the top-secret light ray, the most destructive force in the galaxy. As the Starduster blasted off, a Professor Donovan and his assistant made plans to capture the DART 2 and the death ray.
Evening Star, this is Starduster, approaching on Earth's space lane. Request landing instructions. Over.
Starduster, this is Evening Star. Correct angle of approach, 35 degrees, and switch to automatic landing control.
Roger, Evening Star.
Professor Mays, the Starduster is coming aboard in tube 3, sir.
Right, Control. Have the Project Flashlight crew report there for installation. And ask Scott and Torres to meet me in the briefing room. The basic principle of this device is simple. The same megatonic pack that powers the ship powers the light ray. The beam is directed by a lens system through the conversion crystal, which amplifies its power and projects it through a grid. That's all there is to it. You say that thing packs a wallop equal to 1,000 megatons?
The laboratory test was a complete success. The results were identical with the computer's predictions.
That was under controlled conditions. How about the changing environments under normal operation?
Its power source is independent of outside environment. Theoretically, its range is unlimited. But that's for you to check out, Scott.
What about controls?
Your control system is simple. You'll have plenty of time to check them out before blastoff. Blastoff is scheduled for 0900.
Clear the tube for blastoff.
Trapped in, gang?
Go here.
Aye, Skipper.
Tube doors opening.
Five, negative.
Ejector go.
AB temperature go.
Increasing power.
We're entering Sector 7, Scott.
Take over control, Stars, and stand by for launching the DART.
Aye, Skipper. Wish I could go with you. Sure hate to miss this ride. There is a ship entering the area, sir. It must be the Space Angel. Come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. It won't be long now, will it, sir? Be patient, Vanilla. Be patient.
Engine run-up test looks good, Torres. All systems go. I'll speed run the new engine first. to make a pass at the asteroid belt to test the light ray.
Right, Skipper. I'm standing by to launch.
Stay on course 7.05. That will keep you clear of the asteroid belt.
I read you, Chris.
Let her go, Taurus.
Look at that baby go!
At 50% throttle, all systems go. Increasing power to 3/4.
Speed, 86,000 and increasing.
Better back off, Scott, or you'll be out of the test area.
Aye, Skipper. You can't take that baby into the space lanes at that speed.
Roger. Firing retro rockets.
What tremendous thrust that little ship has. She's slowing down. Soon the Space Angel will be testing the light ray gun. It is time to make our move, Vanilla. Soon that power will be mine. Can Professor Donovan succeed in capturing the Dark II and the Death Ray? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel. Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of the Donovan Plan. Last time, Scott, Crystal, and Taurus blasted off in the Starduster, headed into outer space, and to the testing area where they launched the Dark II. As he tested the new ship, Scott made ready to fire the light ray. Closely watching the operation were Professor Donovan and his assistant, just waiting for the right moment to try to capture the Dart and the Death Ray.
Taurus, I'm moving into the edge of the asteroid belt now to test the light ray.
Lining up for a shot now. Got one in sight. Range 300 astrolines.
The ray completely powdered that asteroid. Think I'll try a big one. I'd say the light ray is a complete success. Cal, there's an emergency flare right in the middle of that asteroid belt.
Somebody's in trouble. I'm going in to investigate.
Now, what in the blazes would anyone be doing out there? It's way off the space lanes.
Well, it could be a prospector, but there are no records of any recent flights out there, Scott.
Well, someone's out there. There goes another flare.
There's something fishy about this. Watch your step, Skipper. Skipper, do you read me, Skipper? Come in, Skipper. It's no use, lass. We've lost him.
There's too much interference on that frequency. I'll try to pick him up on a higher frequency.
Good idea. I don't mind telling you, lass. I'm worried.
This is the general area where I saw those flares. If it was a spaceship, I should have spotted it by now. Uh-oh. What's that up ahead? Looks like a man.
You spotted my flare.
Well, climb aboard. I'll get you out of here.
Starduster calling Dark II. Come in, Scott.
All I see is a bunch of gravel out there. Everything's moving.
Starduster calling Dark II. Dark II. Scott, come in, please. There's still no answer, Taurus. Too much interference in that asteroid belt.
I think we'd better cruise out that way and take a look around. Yes, I was out here prospecting. I wrecked my ship on an asteroid.
Lucky I was in this area. I'll see if I can contact my ship and rendezvous for a pickup.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
What's the meaning of this?
I have need of your ship and your secret light ray to carry out my plans.
And just what are your plans?
My plan is to destroy the Space Council and install the Donovan Plan for a perfect universe.
You're mad.
Genius is often mistaken for madness. Now you will get out of the ship. Without radio or flares, you will float for eternity in the asteroid belt. Just one of thousands of blips on a screen. Pick up anything, Chris?
There are 1,000 blips on that screen. I don't think we could find a freight train out there without some kind of signal.
Can Crystal and Taurus locate Scott, or is he lost forever in space? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angels. Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of the Donovan Plan. Last time, as Scott was testing the new light ray in the dark, he picked up a distress signal. He found a man in space and took him aboard. The man was Professor Donovan, who at gunpoint forced Scott out of the ship and left him floating in space. Meanwhile, Crystal and Taurus aboard the Starduster were frantically trying to contact Scott.
I'm not entirely helpless, thanks to this little power pack. If the Starduster will just come into range to receive my signal.
Chris, this is the area where Scott last contacted us.
Taurus, I think I've got something. There's something traveling oblique to the asteroid belt.
Good, lass. I'll close in on it. It's a ship, all right, but it's not the Dart.
It's an explorer ship, EX-47. Better contact them. Maybe they've seen Scott.
EX-47. This is the Starduster. Come in, please. EX-47. This is the Starduster. Come in, please. I guess we better answer. This is EX-47. Go ahead, Starduster. EX-47. Have you seen a small ship in this area? Negative, Starduster. We haven't seen a thing. Thanks, EX-47. Starduster out.
This scope is useless, Taurus. I think I'll try the audio system.
Good idea, lass. If Scott is in trouble, he'd signal us on the emergency frequency.
Come on, Taurus. Get in range.
Taurus, I've got him. A very weak signal bearing 37 degrees.
Good girl, Chris. Altering course to 37 degrees.
Come on, Taurus. Chris, we've got to warn the Space Council. They spotted me. Boy, what a beautiful sight.
Skipper, what happened to the Dart?
Scott, are you all right?
Get the evening star, quick.
But Scott, I don't understand. How could you lose the Dart?
No time to explain now, Professor. Just stop the Space Council meeting scheduled for tomorrow.
Scott, I can't do that without going through channels. You know...
Take my word for it. It's a matter of life or death. Stop that meeting.
All right, Scott. If you say so. Out here.
Man your stations, kids. We're heading back at flank speed. And that's the whole story, Professor.
I know the man, Scott. That's Donovan. He had a plan to make all people more efficient through the use of computers. He called it the Donovan Plan. The Space Council expelled him 10 years ago.
The chief's calling you, Scott.
Oh, now you're in for it.
Go ahead, Chief.
How the devil could you let a weapon like that fall into the hands of that madman?
Sorry, Chief. An old prospector floating in space just didn't seem like a potential menace.
It wasn't entirely your fault, Scott. You remember Carter, my aide?
Yes, Chief.
He was Donovan's agent. I'm scrambling the whole Space Force with orders to blast the dart on sight.
It won't do any good, Chief. I'm afraid Donovan has the ultimate weapon. He can strike wherever and whenever he pleases. We are helpless.
That's right, Chief. The light ray could blast them all before they could get in range to use their space cannons. We'll have to find another way.
You'd better, or Donovan will control the galaxy.
Can Scott reach to the dart and the death ray? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel. Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of the Donovan Plan. Last time, Professor Donovan had commandeered the Dart II and the Death Ray, leaving Scott floating in space. Crystal and Taurus located Scott, picked him up, and returned to the Evening Star, where they made plans to recapture the Dart. This is where Taurus and Crystal made radio contact with Donovan's ship.
If only I had known then that the Dart was inside that explorer ship.
That's it, Taurus. Maybe we can get to Donovan and the Dart through that ship.
Scott, we couldn't attack that ship. If we got within range, Donovan would launch the dart and blast us.
Professor Mace, where would you say that Donovan's base was?
Well, he attacked you in the asteroid belt here. And in a few hours, he will blast the Space Council on Jupiter. I'd say his base must be on one of the moons of Jupiter.
Exactly. Chris, get me the chief again.
You left me, lad. I can't see...
Chief's on, Scott.
What is it, Scott?
Chief, I have a plan. It may cost us a building, but I think we can get Donovan before he strikes again.
Well, go ahead. I'm game for anything.
Well, Donovan will put his ship in a parking orbit around Jupiter and launch the Dart from there. After the launch, and while he's blasting the empty Space Council building, we'll move in and take over the mother ship. When he returns, we'll have a surprise for him.
It's going to take mighty close timing and a lot of luck. His crew could warn him.
Not if we surprise them before they could get a message out.
Well, it's worth a try. We've got to do something. Okay, Scott.
We've got to know the second Donovan launches. Have all the Jupiter tracking stations watch for that explorer ship, EX-47.
Right, Scott. And good luck.
Got an unidentified blip in Sector 1. That's it, all right. EX-47. Notify the Space Angel. Starduster, this is Jupiter Tracking Station.
This is the Starduster. Go ahead.
We have your bogey in Sector 1.
Sector 1. Tell them we're on our way. Keep all ships clear of that area. We're getting close, Taurus. Can you spot him?
Don't get too close or they'll spot us.
Hi. Got them. They're on orbital approach. They'll be launching the Dart any time now.
Good. We'll wait here till he does.
Vanilla, stay in this orbit till I return. And if you're challenged, you know what to say. He's launched, Skipper.
Great. Stand by to take the controls. And Chris, contact the ship for a routine identification. I'll go overboard as soon as we get alongside.
I've been waiting 10 years for this moment. Goodbye, Space Council. Okay, Chris, do your stuff.
Explorer 47, this is the Starduster. You are off the space lane. Are you in trouble? Over.
We are making minor repairs. We'll be underway soon. No assistance required.
Roger, 47. Starduster out.
Lower the boom, Vanilla. I'll be coming in. Aha, Vanilla. Oh, no, the Space Angel.
That's right, Donovan. You failed again. That was an empty building you blasted. Now we'll head back to Earth. You can try out the Donovan Plan in prison. Starduster returning to base.
And so ends the story of the Donovan Plan. Don't miss the next exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel.
Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Exiles. Prison ship from Hollenbeck. You can set your clocks by that, baby.
Exiles on their way to the rock.
Exiles?
Scum of the solar system, Chris. The maximum security gangster elements from every planet in the galaxy.
They give me the shivers.
The rock is the most heavily guarded spot in the galaxy, Chris.
Just the same, what if there's a big prison break?
Well, they don't furnish them with spacesuits, you know. Relax, Captain, and your crew will not be harmed. All we want is your ship.
You'll never get away with this, low guy.
Are you trying to tell me I don't know my trade? I'm a professional, Captain. Commandeering your ship is a necessary step in our plan for liberating the Queen and your other guests on the rock.
The Queen? She's your leader?
But of course. You won't get away with this, low guy. Ah, Captain, but I will. You will see. But enough conversation. The Queen's expecting us. Take the captain below and release the prisoners.
What is this? Where's the captain?
You will please drop your blaster or you evaporate.
Why, you...
Get him! Now, round up the rest of the Boy Scouts and release the Queen.
You idiotic fool. What kept you so long? I've waited for months.
We were unavoidably detained, Highness. They questioned us for months before transferring us to this place.
Be quiet. General, apprise this bumbling imbecile of our plans.
Her Majesty has conceived of a means of making a rocket invisible. An invisible rocket? Yes. With such a craft, the riches of the universe will be ours.
And with the prisoners of this asteroid supplying our crew, we'll have the most talented assortment of cutthroats ever assembled.
But, Highness, what about the Space Angel?
This Space Angel, he shall be taken care of.
The Queen and her crew of cutthroats begin their patrol of the space lanes in the invisible ship, attacking the space freighters and taking their rich cargoes. Captain, there's a ship right on top of us. It came out of nowhere.
Hey,
What did we hit?
Pressure loss in engine room, sir.
What in blazes is happening?
Space pirates! Help!
Space pirates, break out the arms.
That would be inadvisable, Captain. You will do exactly as we say, or suffer the consequences.
What a haul, Highness! Plutonomite in liquid form!
Hear that, my dear General? Plutonomite.
It's only the beginning, Highness. Only the beginning. The invisible ship has no trouble sneaking upon the unsuspecting space freighters. By the time the crews realize what is happening, it is too late.
C4X Bravo. We're being hit by space pirates.
Chief, we have a mayday from C4X Bravo. They say they're being attacked by space pirates.
Space pirates? Get a squadron out there on the double.
Heavy Freighter 450, Mayday. Space Pirates, Mayday.
Tanker 100, Space Pirates, Mayday, Mayday!
Space pirates? Not again. How many is that?
7, sir.
7 acts of piracy, and our Space Force can't find a thing. Dispatcher, get me the Evening Star. I want to talk to Scott McCloud.
Can Scott McCloud succeed in finding an invisible ship in space? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel. Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Exiles. Last time, as the prison ship carrying the most hardened criminals in the galaxy sped past the Evening Star, headed for the prison asteroid, the Rock, Logai, a dangerous gangster, commandeered the ship. He landed on the Rock and released the evil Queen Zora and the rest of the prisoners. The Queen and her general had completed plans for making an invisible rocket ship. With the released prisoners acting as crew, the Queen and her invisible ship hijacked 7 spaceships in the area. The chief of the Space Force put a call through to the Evening Star to Scott McCloud.
I'll get to work on it right away, Chief. Any idea who's behind these attacks?
No, Scott, no survivors. They take the cargo and crew, then they seem to disappear. And I mean disappear.
That's a new wrinkle.
We'll do our best, Chief. Out here.
Good luck, Scott. Out here.
Now, how can a 50-ton spaceship just up and disappear? It doesn't make sense.
Crystal Miguel, when 5 of the best space pilots this side of Jupiter say they saw a spaceship disappear, I, for one, believe them.
Obviously, some form of camouflage, but highly developed.
Scott, look at this.
Yes, Professor.
There appears to be a set pattern established here. Each cargo vessel was attacked in 1, 3, 5, 7, and over here, 9.
What do you make of it, Professor?
There are 2 possibilities offered. This mystery ship could be coming from either Uranus or the dead planet. Jumpin' Jehoshaphat.
The Queen. I wonder if she's escaped.
I doubt it, but it might be worth checking into, Crystal.
Okay, Scott. I'll check with security.
Mayday! Mayday! We're being attacked! Vector 6, Section 2. Mayday! We're being attacked! Vector 6, Section 2.
Vector 6, Section 2. Ah, here we are. Well, it's a far jump from the last strike, Scott. This attack is taking place near the end of our galaxy. Those space pirates really move around.
Professor, notify the chief. Crystal, you and Taurus prepare the Starduster for blastoff. I think it's time the Space Angel took a hand in this.
Mayday! Mayday! We're being attacked in Vector 6, Section 2. Mayday!
Enough. That should get the Space Angel and the bungling Space Force out of the way.
Very clever, Highness. Very clever. I congratulate you. We've located that cargo fleet, Highness. 4 tugs fully loaded with beryllium peroxide.
Enough fuel to last us for years.
Shall I alert the crew?
At once. While the Space Angel is off on his wild goose chase, we strike. even a meteorite, Scott.
I've never seen so much nothing, Skipper.
Stand by. We're heading back to our own system. I think we've been duped.
Shoot, you fools. Can't you see we're being attacked?
And what, Captain, and what?
Space pirates! Space pirates!
Scott heads back toward the vicinity of the previous attacks.
Scott, look!
It's them, all right. Stand by. Get set for attack.
Aye, Skipper. Another ship, Highness. Look, it's the Starduster.
Quickly, cut the lights and engines.
What the? She disappeared, Skipper. What now?
Keep your face in that scanner. We'll close on the area where the ship was.
Highness, look. He's maneuvered alongside.
He can't see us. The fool. He's blundered into a position where we can blast him into infinity. Ready all guns.
Can the Starduster withstand a direct hit from the invisible spacecraft? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angels. Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Exiles. Last time, Queen Zora and her henchmen escaped from the prison asteroid and in the invisible rocket ship attacked 7 spacecraft, leaving no trace. As Scott, Crystal, and Taurus and the Starduster were returning to the base after answering a false call for help, which the Queen had broadcast, they came upon space pirates attacking a cargo ship. As they came closer, the spacecraft disappeared before their eyes. Scott unknowingly brought the Starduster alongside the invisible ship, and the Queen made ready to blast him from space.
Jumping Jehoshaphat!
Scott!
Hang on, we're okay.
The Starduster's still there. That's impossible.
Highness, we hit it with everything we have.
That craft is impervious to heat ray.
We're drifting out of range from the recoil of our salvo.
Continue the drift until they depart. Then return to the base. Should we meet again, my armor-plated friend, be prepared for disintegrators.
Just let those sneaking, bushwhacking Bluebeard types try it again and I'll powder them.
Give it up, Taurus.
Give it up!
They know their heat rays can't hurt us now. It'd be suicide for them to give their position away with another try. Stand by. We'll pick up the tug survivors and head in.
A ticklish situation, to say the least. You mean you watched it disappear?
That's right.
Aye, and in the nick of time, too. I had him right in my sights.
Scott, message from the chief. Evening Star here. Go ahead, sir.
We have just learned that the Queen and her general have escaped from the rock.
They've released the other prisoners and destroyed the communication system. I am convinced she is at the bottom of this piracy.
If she's escaped, there's no doubt about it, Chief. This is the break we've been waiting for.
Right. And you'd better work fast.
Will do, Chief. We'll take off immediately for the dead planet. If the Queen's still using that hideout, we'll get word to you.
Okay, Scott. We'll wait to hear from you.
I'll send a Space Force squadron to that vicinity in case you need help. Out here.
Out here.
So, the Space Angel is coming to visit us, eh? That is good. That is very good indeed. You are to be congratulated, General. Discovering the Space Council's ultra-frequency allows us to obtain information that is indispensable.
I am pleased, Your Highness. Your Highness no doubt has a plan.
Of course, Logai. We will eliminate the Space Angel once and for all.
orbital pattern. We're going to leave the Starduster upstairs while we investigate.
Leave the Starduster? But...
Yes, we'll take the landing sphere.
Not so much danger of being seen if they are here.
Right, and we can always land the Starduster if we need it.
Let's go.
So far, so good.
Scott, look! Welcome, Space Angel. You will please retreat to that cave entrance on your left. You have 10 seconds to get away from your landing craft.
She's got us for sure now, Skipper.
Better do as she says.
Oh, no! Our sphere! What now? What will happen when Scott and Taurus are taken before the Evil Queen? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel! Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Exiles. Last time, Queen Zora intercepted a Space Force message ordering Scott McCloud to blast off for the Queen's hideout, the Dead Planet. Scott, Taurus, and Crystal sped on their way. They left the Starduster in orbit and landed in a space sphere, where they were met and captured by a robot.
So, Space Angel, we meet again. I have anticipated this moment for a long time.
Can't anything stop your evil shenanigans? You pig! How dare you talk thus to our queen?
Logai, that will not be necessary.
The worlds of the solar system have been alerted, Queen Zora. Why go on? You can't possibly fight us all.
It is your solar system that must beware. I now have an army of the most violent creatures from all your planets. They anxiously await the moment to attack. There are many among your peoples that they wish to meet.
I see.
You are a fiend.
Steady, Chris. Highness, let's put them away. We have much work to do.
Patience, Logai. I must savor this moment. You see, we shall never see these Earthlings again. Throw them into the dungeon. I have a rather unique plan for getting rid of my guests. The 3 Earthlings should appreciate such a unique experience. The switch, General. Very good.
Beautiful.
First thing we better do is land the Starduster.
That's kind of risky, isn't it?
It's a risk we'll have to take.
You're always one jump ahead of me, Skipper.
Yeah. Now we're ready. Chris, you and Taurus watch for the guard.
Coast clear, Skipper. Go ahead.
that's over.
Good work, Skipper.
I sure hope no one saw it land.
Don't think they did. Or they'd have blasted it.
Just let me at those bars.
I'm afraid those bars are too big, Taurus, even for you. I'll use the hydro torch.
All clear.
You two get to the ship. Taurus, get our weapons and come back here.
Chris, contact the Space Force and stand by to lead them in. I'm going to do a little snooping.
To you, Logai, goes the honor of escorting our guests on their last walk.
A pleasure, Highness. Will you accompany me, General? Of course. But keep your blaster ready. The Space Angel may have a trick up his sleeve. Can Scott stop the evil Queen's plans for them? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel. Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The EXILES. You remember last time, Scott, Taurus, and Crystal were captured by the evil Queen Zora on the dead planet. In the cell, Scott landed the Starduster by remote control. And then blasted the bars with his hydro torch, just as Logai and the General, with guns drawn, approached the cell door. Skipper, you in there?
Come on in, Taurus, before you're spotted.
Chris got the Space Force. They'll be here in a couple of hours. What'd you find out?
No clue to the invisible ship. I scouted 2 of the passageways. Their main force seems to be...
Shh. They're coming.
Let's take them, Taurus. I've got a plan.
You 3 Earthlings will come with us to the Queen's chambers. Stand away, big one. I wish to talk with the Space Angel. I refuse to move. Blast him, General. It's a pleasure, Logai.
Not even a goodbye, General?
The Space Angel.
Drop your gun, General.
All right.
Your little game is over. The Space Force is on the way. Now, back out the door. I said move.
The door? What happened?
General tripped that metal door and got away.
General, what have you done? This is Logai. Don't leave me. Skipper, the General. He'll sound the alarm.
Taurus, tie Logai up. I'm going to blast the door.
The Space Force! You stupid fool! We must escape! Quick, to the ship!
But the army, Highness. They must be warned. And Logai...
Logai and the army are the price we pay for your bungling. Now, get to the ship. Quickly, into space, where we cannot be seen.
They're getting away.
Let's get back to the Starduster. We've got to stop her. Anything, Taurus?
Not a thing, Skipper. They're probably there, but we can't see them.
Now we'll never catch them.
Search for the afterburner flame, Taurus.
Aye, Skipper.
What about the squadron from GHQ? How soon will they hit this sector, Chris?
They gave me an ETA of 15 space units, Scott.
When they arrive, we can make a triangulation check. It's an ambush. Give me a fix, Taurus.
Stand by, Skipper.
Those were disintegrator blasts. I hope our 4-field deflectors hold.
No luck, Skipper. They're not a boot to give away their position. They could be any place out here.
They're probably moving in for a closer shot. Chris.
Check the constellations on the port side. Taurus, check on the starboard side.
Okay, Skipper, but I don't get it.
You will, Taurus. That is, if it works.
All set, Scott.
Check, lad. Go ahead.
Capricorn.
Check.
Sagittarius.
Check.
Aries.
Check.
Aries. Aries? But that's in her sector, too.
That's it, you old bull. Let's see you place a bullseye right in the center of that constellation.
Skipper, have you lost your bloomin' mind? How can you hit a constellation?
Do as I say, Taurus, quick.
Okay, here goes. Jumping Great Danes!
Good heavens! Scott, how did you know?
Simple enough. When you and Taurus both spotted Ares at opposing ends of the galaxy, one of them had to be a fake.
Sure.
The Queen ship must have been composed of mercury quartz, the kind used in trick mirrors.
Why, sure, the whole ship was just a big, fancy mirror.
That's what made it invisible. It reflected blank space.
Exactly. Chris, contact Space Force and tell them to pick up survivors.
If there are any.
And add, mission accomplished.
And so ends the story of the Exiles. Don't miss the next exciting adventure of Scott McCloud, Space Angel.